Hey everyone, and welcome to the Hype Check Pod. This week we are excited once again to talk about movies and this movie in particular because we haven't talked. Well, we've sort of talked about it, but we haven't talked together as a collective. We are going to discuss Christopher Nolan's epic masterpiece, maybe the Odyssey. So again, everyone, welcome to the channel. Again, hope you're ready for a wild ride of conversation because this one's going to be really interesting because there's a lot to take in. Boys, how you doing? Rich, I'm going to start with you, man, because I haven't seen you. I saw Andy the other week, and we'll talk about it as we get into it. How you going, man? How things?
Good. Finally over this cold, which I'm thankful of. Back to work today after school holidays and leave, so it was enjoying and relaxing time. But yeah, back to the swing of things.
Sorry, I thought you meant that you being back at work was enjoying the relaxing times.
No, work is work.
Work is definitely work. Andy, how are you, man? I saw you last week, and we'll talk about that in a sec. But how you going, man? How things? It's been a few days.
Man. Yeah, it's been a few days. Caught up on a lot of movies actually on the weekend. So
Nice.
yeah, had the fam come over on Saturday and watched the wholesome family movie called Obsession. So that was great. Yeah, as you do.
as your family seem to do all the time, is just watch a horror movie.
Yeah. An uncomfortable
Great.
moment for sure. Yeah.
Great family fun movie.
Yeah.
Great family bonding. Family that screams together stays together, man. That's what it is.
Yeah, whatever works, right? So yeah.
No, man. As long as there's an excuse for everyone to get together, who cares? That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, let's get straight into this one because I got a lot of thoughts and I want to hear a lot of your thoughts. And as we dive into it, first thing I want to say is we all got to see it last week. Andy and I were very lucky, so thank you to Letterboxd and to Universal Pictures. We got to go to the IMAX screen for the Sydney premiere, so not the red carpet, but we got to go to the Wednesday night IMAX showing of the Odyssey. And that was an adventure and a half. That was so awesome. Just it's more of an adventure because of what happened to us. And I'm gonna say it because I find it fucking hilarious. So Andy and I, we sort of I hadn't been checking my email. We moved last week, so I hadn't been looking at email. Looked at my email on like Tuesday and went, oh shit, actually won tickets to a double pass to actually go see it at IMAX. And so hit up the boys and I was like, is anyone interested? So I let them fight it out because it was very much was never going to be my decision. It was going to be YouTube
Fight to the death.
Exactly. Sword and
I
sandals,
won.
man.
I
Sword
won.
and sandals. And Andy was victorious. So we were really, really lucky to go and see the premiere at Sydney IMAX, which we have not been to since it's been redone. So that was an experience in itself, but we got the metro and we thought, you know what? I just said, hey, let's get off here. We can walk down. It's not too far. And we can just walk along the harbour, etc. And then we got off at Barangaroo. And as we were walking, it was quite far. So we walked past the bar and he's like, should we just get a beer? And I'm like, yeah, come on, let's go get a beer. So we went and had a beer and we had a chat. And then when we got to the screening, because we don't do this very regularly, didn't know there was a bar upstairs that was open for all us internet pundits and fans of cinema and all the people that were invited to come to the screening. So we may have had a couple of beers there as we watched people come in and just did some people watching. And so we're super hyped, super excited, got our seats pretty decent. I mean, you had to really get in there because it was first come, first serve. You sit where you get and that's it, right? Yeah. And it was packed because obviously they distributed all the tickets so that the cinema could be full. And so we got our seats, we got our free small popcorn. Again, felt ripped off. Got free beer, but got a small popcorn. And I was like, fuck, nah, shit. And then 25 minutes past 6. The screening started at 6. And again, we'll talk about that as we get into the actual rest of the episode. I'm like, dude, I'm going to have a piss. I'm going to go now, get out of the road. It's 3 hours. Sweet. In between this time, we'd also just had another couple of beers because Andy went to do his toilet run. came back with 2 beers. I went and did my toilet run, came back with a lemonade and a Coke. And then we were set, right? So we're in, the movie starting. We're
Such a bad
excited.
move.
Fuck, man. 5 minutes into that movie, I had to piss again.
Yeah.
Because I'm old. I'm old. I need to urinate a bit. So anyway, I was like, dude, I gotta go. I'll be back. So I went down, interrupted everyone. This is the first fucking 10 minutes of the movie. So it's just started. Went through the crowd, went down, went out the doors, went and used the restroom, the toilet, and then went, fuck that, man. I'm not going past everyone because I swear I'm going to have to go again. So there were some seats in the front section that were empty. And I was like, I'm just going to sit here. I'll do the next toilet run and then I'll go back up. So anyway, I'm sitting there. There's about, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. Then I see this bloke have to go to the toilet. And so he goes, what are you doing? I go, dude, I'm going to have to go piss again. He's like, okay, well, I got to go piss. So anyway, he went to the toilet. He came and sat with me down the bottom. Maybe another 20 minutes went past.
My God.
He goes, I'm going to go back to the seat. I'm going to go back to the seat. I'm like, cool, man. All right. I'm going to stay here. I still haven't gone yet. I'm just going to give it a minute. So, this is the first hour of this movie. We've gone to the toilet at least 3 times. So then I do my final wee and I'm like, I'm just going to stay here. I can't be bothered walking in front of everyone.
Yeah.
So about half an hour later, so we're an hour and a half into a 3-hour war, 177-minute movie. This one comes down again. He goes for his next piss. And then he ended up just staying with me down the front. And so we stayed down the front for the second half of the movie.
Yeah.
The seats we hadn't gone to.
Yeah.
Yes, it was IMAX. So it was massive. And we were in the front section. So we're like this.
How's your neck?
It was all right because it reclined.
It was all right.
But the movie is so large on IMAX, and it wasn't the 70 millimeter. That one was in Melbourne. This was just regular old IMAX. This movie is shot so incredibly that it was so massive that even doing this, like there was so much real estate to look at on the screen.
Yeah.
But to get that story out of the way, so we went to the toilet a lot through that movie. So something I'd say to people is, if you're going to go see the Odyssey in IMAX, don't have 4 or 5 beers before you go in a 3-hour movie because it doesn't work. And I think it was again, thank you to Letterboxd and Universal Pictures for the free ticket. Because if I had paid for that, I would have been so shitty. but because we didn't, because it was, we won a competition for tickets. After all that, the movie was incredible. Like it was so massive and so large. And such an incredible movie. And yes, we urinated for maybe 15 minutes of the movie, but that's all right. I was overwhelmed with the amount of cinema that I was watching because it was just this incredible experience. And again, I had a great time, like enjoyed the movie thoroughly. My thoughts around it, I'm going to go first because obviously I'm talking, so I'll just keep going. I'll let you guys talk. I found the movie to be amazing. I'm interested, and we won't do it at the beginning. We'll do it a little bit later. We'll do it in the spoiler section where we talk about what we would rate it because I'm really interested to understand what you guys would give it. Mm-hmm. I know where I sit, and I think it is deserving of what it gets from me in regards to my opinion around the movie. Do I think it was epic and incredible? Yes, it was awesome. Do I think there were so many brilliant actors and actresses in this movie? Yeah. Was it directed incredibly? Yes. Was it the first film completely done on IMAX? Yeah, it made it an experience. So if you get an opportunity to see the Odyssey, if you can, go and see it in IMAX. It is incredible. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought the movie was really good. Obviously, the lots that we want to talk about in regards to the movie itself, it's going to have to be spoiler heavy. So that's my spoiler-free adventure and thoughts around the movie. Rich, I'm going to ask you, and then we'll go to Andy, because me and Andy had a talk for about an hour as we walked away from the movie. So I got kind of get where it is with him. And again, that could have changed. It could have gotten better or worse over the last few days. But Rich, what did you think of the movie, man? Because we've not talked about it. So obviously, Andy and I got to see it together. We've had a chat. You went and saw it on Friday, and we haven't spoken about it on purpose. So, man, what did you think of the Odyssey, and how did you see it? What format? Where'd you see it, man? How was it?
Yeah, and I deliberately did that so we'd leave it for today because I haven't mentioned it one bit since Friday.
No, not at all.
So
noticed, very much noticed.
We watched it in Event Cinemas VMAX. We were pretty not too close, but all recliners and stuff like that. So our whole line of vision, and it was immersive as you can be in VMAX, and it was great. You could tell how it was filmed. You could tell how it was shot in a grand epic scale to be on IMAX. Like you could tell the format, the sharpness, the crispiness of everything. I'm just trying not to give away spoilers, but I do have one gripe.
Right? It's so hard.
One gripe that I had to get off my chest. Why was it so loud?
Okay, can we save that for the spoiler part? Because only because I totally agree. And it was such a Christopher Nolan movie where the dialogue mix is always weird. And everything else is massive, right? But I want to talk about a couple of scenes in particular.
We'll talk about that.
But I totally agree, man. Yeah. I get that gripe. I completely understand.
I think that was my only one because I remember getting home and my ears were ringing. Actual ears were ringing. And yeah, we're old, so it tends to stay for a little bit longer than usual. But
3 days. 3 days a
week. it was ringing for a bit. But overall, you could tell the technical aspects of that movie I just don't understand how it was done. I had to watch a behind the scenes Odyssey.
Was that 22-minute one?
Yeah.
I didn't watch that on purpose. I was going to save it until after we talked.
Yeah, I watched that, and just the way they did things were so immense, large. Everything was done at a grand scale, even to the point how they had to go for rowing, the whole training for that. I was like, Jesus Christ, man. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was great. Didn't need to have to piss like you guys did. I didn't get up once.
No one in that cinema. Oh, actually, I lied. There was a few people that had to piss, not as much as
I. I did feel a bit numb after that. I did get up and it was like, oh shit, I should have got up once at least. But it was great.
Awesome. Mr. Gelfie, I know your thoughts after we walked out of the cinema. Man, what did you think of Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey?
I think it's one of his best movies. I think it's definitely top 5. I had a big think about all his movies and I ranked them. And that's after having watched Dunkirk. I've watched Dunkirk actually more than any other Christopher Nolan movie
really?
in the last few years. Yeah. I watched it twice in the last 12 months. Yeah. I actually think that is a fucking amazing movie. I highly recommend it. You rewatch it because when I first watched that movie, I thought it was okay. It looked amazing, obviously, but I didn't really click with it. On the second go around, something clicked with that movie, and it was amazing. With this, the more I can't stop thinking about this movie, and I'm going to go and see it again on Sunday. So,
nice. What are you going to see then, man? Regular, or are you going to try IMAX again?
VMAX D box. So that's pretty much.
Say that for the spoilers as well, man. I'm going to say that for the spoilers as well. Yeah, that's.
I've seen some reels about D box, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, dude, I would rethink your life decisions on that one.
Listen, I've done D-Box before.
Not with this movie, you haven't.
No. That's all right. That's all right. I'm up for anything. Well, I guess that's the thing. Like, there's so many different formats and ways you can watch this movie. And I do think we got really lucky, Dave, like with the IMAX.
Oh, I again, Letterboxd, thank you so much for the competition. And Universal, thank you for letting us come to the premiere, because it was incredible.
I was talking to a work colleague today, and he goes, but you didn't see it in the 70mm IMAX. And I was like, well,
no.
He was joking, but
no, he wasn't.
He was.
I wasn't. I was annoyed that we didn't see the 70mm, and I was more annoyed that in Australia, the one in Melbourne was the 70mm. Like, that's why. Yeah, it was a bit off, but yeah.
What is it? It's only 40 in the world, or it's a 40 in the US, something like that.
I think it's only 40 in the world. Yeah.
Do we know what the difference is, other than the actual? It's a big reel of film, or is the quality meant to be better?
Yeah, they say you do notice a difference.
Okay.
So I don't know what the difference exactly is, but I have read and said that people have noticed a slight, there is a difference towards like a 30mm to a 70mm, obviously.
Okay.
But with IMAX scale, it's crazy, they say.
Really? Okay. Well, either way, I enjoyed the shit out of it when we watched it, Dave, like in IMAX. I have never had to piss so hard in my life.
The seal was broken before the movie started,
God.
And that was it for us. We were done.
Yeah.
A bunch of old men having to go to the toilet.
It wasn't just like a piss. It was just like
it was a fountain.
Like a horse.
It was a
like
fountain peeing. Both
And
of us, I can imagine.
And when you left and never came back, I was like, has he been thrown
He's
out?
left you.
Has he been pissing the whole
and you
time?
had to put your phones away. You had to hide your phones. That was the other thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't text him because I'm going to get...
I didn't have my phone on me because my phone was in my bag with him. So I didn't take my phone with me either. And again, I couldn't just message you, go, hey, man, I'm just down the front. Don't stress. I haven't left you in the lurch. I'm just sitting down the front. But it was more funny that I see you just walking down and you see me. I see you. I'm like, dude, I just didn't want to walk past everyone because
and that's cool.
We
weren't. I get it.
We just weren't intelligent.
Not
about the beers. We should have sat on the edge, so it didn't matter. We should have just taken. Because when we walked in too, they were like, "Hey guys, here's a plastic bag. You got to put your phones away." And Andy didn't know this, but when I went for my second piss, and when the movie had started, as I walked through the door, there was a dude with a thermal scope.
Oh, really?
The door, just looking for light to see if anyone actually had their phone out to filming the movie. Yeah. Like he had a scope out to make sure that no one was doing any piracy and filming parts of the movie. And it was like,
wow.
Oh wow, what the fuck have we walked into? Andy May had come straight from work. Everyone else, they were dressed up, hair done. Everyone was out on the town. Me and him had just had a beer down the road. We walked from the metro station down. Like we were just going to see a movie, man. We walked into there was red carpet and they were taking photos of everyone. And Rich, you had a laugh the other day when you go, you guys didn't take any photos. Like, man, we just wanted to get in and go see the movie. And then when we saw there was beer, we're like, we want to have a beer and watch it. Again, don't have too many beers before the movie. But yeah, man, it was incredible. Like it was such a great experience to go and see that film. And it was even more so because it was IMAX. Like I'm like you, Gelfie. I want to go see it again. I don't know when I'm going to have the 3 hours to do it, but I really want to see it in a different format. I want to see it somewhere else so I can compare what it's like from the IMAX version that we saw to I'll call it regular cinema, right? Like an extreme screen or something like that, like the large version of the film, just to see the differences between it. Because in my head, I don't understand how this film can be cut down. I don't know how it can go onto those other screens, right?
Yeah, and I really hope that it doesn't take away from the actual movie, and that the spectacle is what's impressive. Because to be honest, Dave, because I ended up going back to my seat, and then within 5 minutes, I had to fucking go back and take another piss. And I'm like, God damn it! And like I said, fuck this. I'm just gonna sit next to you and we'll and watch the whole movie. So
because we could also just sneak out to the toilet and we weren't annoying
was
anyone.
holding it in for as long as I could, and I thought maybe I could just piss in a bottle and no one would notice. I didn't want to annoy because the seats we had were like where we were sitting were pretty awesome.
They were good. They were great seats. Like we were right in the middle. We were right, but not at the very front, not at the very back, but we were just sort of centered.
Yeah. And
we were on the race section, and I was like, "Oh, this is really good." And I just felt sorry for everyone we had to go past.
Exactly. So even though we sat in it was a tough angle at first, but I guess what I'm trying to say is like the story itself, and especially the last no spoilers, but the last act.
The last hour.
I was so engrossed, it did not fucking matter. You could put that in a. I could watch that movie on my phone, and I would have been engrossed, you know. So, I'm curious to see how it plays out on a regular regular cinema.
Yeah,
albeit like extreme screen or whatever, and not have as many. We were just so unsettled in the first hour, man.
The first hour was so hard too. It was just like the movie. And again, anyone got any other non-spoiler stuff to mention? Like, is there anything else you want to talk about? Let's just get spoiler heavy so we can actually talk. So, everyone, we are deep diving full spoilers because I found the first hour to be a little boring. Not everything about it, but the first half an hour was a bit more of the setting of the scene, right? Of laying out the story and where we're going to go. And again, obviously, the first act includes the Cyclops, and that just changes everything, right? So you know, and Cyclops, and you're like, oh fuck, and then we're on. It's in the movie, just goes and for another 2.5 hours, right? The first half an hour is a bit. Oh, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. And then it just snapped for me where it's just like, this is fucking intense, so crazy. Like it was just so well done. And I think it was very much from those first parts, from the first part of the story, especially with the Cyclops and, you know, being in the cave with the bloody sheep. And, you know, it was such a weird part of the story because I'm not an expert in the Odyssey. Like, don't get me wrong, I haven't read the text, I haven't read the poem. I don't know enough of it to go and sit there and go, I understand it. But all the stories that were played off through this movie, I was like, oh, I do remember the story of that, or I do remember the story of that, or I remember the part of that. So all these things sort of clicked, and I think Nolan went nuts, just went, I'm just going to go so fucking hard and make this movie so amazing that I'm going to go and just put everything in, and I'm going to make it as grand as I can. And then as I've started to do bits of research before our podcast, I didn't realize that you could only shoot on IMAX film for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That's as long as you got before the scene they had to change the film.
That's crazy.
So 2 minutes, 30 seconds, you have to do all your dialogue, all your scenes, all your retakes, etc. in 2 minutes, 30 seconds, and you just keep going. You can only, at most, on the IMAX format, play for 3 hours. That's why the movie was only 177 minutes, because they can't go any further with IMAX film. You can't do it. So there's all these things that as you sit there and take it in and go, the movie was amazing, it probably was meant to be longer. It just couldn't be. And I was like, fuck me. The fact that they had to film everything in 2-minute bursts is like, oh, this is ridiculous. Rich, you saw the thing as well where they had to, because the cameras are so big, they would use mirrors to see the eye line of your screen partner. So they would have mirrors so you could keep the eye line of the person you're talking to, even though you can't see them because there's a big fucking box next to your head that 5 people are carrying at one point in time to film the actual movie. And then they had to build the casing around it so that it didn't sound like a truck, so they could actually record dialogue. There were so many things about this movie that you sit there and you watch it, and then afterwards you understand how hard and complicated it was to actually film. You just sit there and go, this movie was amazing. And the fact that everything was done the way it was and still worked as well as it did was incredible. All right, I'm going to stop talking. Boys, what's the most important spoiler heavy thing you want to talk about? Andy, Rich, you guys pick a point, a story, a part that you want to talk about. Is there anything that you've got in mind that you want to just go right into?
Hell fucking you. The fucking
Cersei?
No.
Oh, what?
Because look.
Oh, that part.
Okay, I should have helped. Okay. Sorry, I just gave away my favorite part. I should have reframed the question. Shit. Sorry, you go, man.
Well, okay, you can start there, but like for me, I knew about the Cyclops, I knew about the Sirens, I didn't know about the Whirlpool. I know it's got a Greek name, or the creature. I found out what the creature was.
What creature was that?
Oh, what was it? Starts with C. I can't remember. Hold on.
It wasn't what I thought it was, and
no, it wasn't.
Well, I've been told to be quiet. Pretty much.
Shut up! Stop having fun, motherfucker.
For me, I didn't know that the ending when he goes back to Ithaca and as a beggar, and then his wife sets up a trial, to all the suitors, which she obviously knew that the only person that could do it would be Odysseus. And when he steps up, as the last sort of, I thought that was fucking amazing. That is incredible. When he gets the bow and then plucks the fucking string.
But he doesn't do it straight away too. He fucks with everyone. Even she turns around thinking it's not right? She turns. And then he does the boom. He just does the pluck, and everyone's like, and the only three people that need to know: his wife, his son, and fucking and Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne.
So that's my spoiler heavy moment. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's rephrase it. What's your favorite part? Obviously, Andy, that was one of your favorite parts, right? That was the thing that just pushed in first. Rich, what about you, man?
Yeah, the last act has to be probably the best. Like that whole sequence, like from beginning to end, when he leaves, what's her name? Shit,
Calypso.
And that whole journey there, then then he comes back as a beggar, and then it's funny how I forgot his name too. Blind guy.
Oh, shit.
John Leguizamo, but what's his name in the? I forgot his name.
Shit. I don't have enough names anywhere far out. All right, I'll find it. You keep going.
Yeah. So the whole, he's with him and he's telling him the story how he got beaten up and all that kind of, and that kicks in that whole last sequence, even to the point the dog recognizes him, even put a smile on my face.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
So that kind of sense, but that whole last act is great. That part of the whole movie, like as you were saying, like beginning does drag on here and there when it's telling stories and it's different time, going back and forth with different time periods. But that last bit is great. I loved it.
My favorite was Cersei's. That was fucking awesome. That was like this horror movie. Nolan needs to do a horror film. He needs to do Resident Evil 2. So let's see Zach Krieger's one first. Let's get through that, and then he needs to do a horror movie, man. Because that was
awesome. Definitely needs. Then the underworld pit was part of it.
Hades was amazing. That was like it turned into this horror movie that I didn't expect it to. That was like so Nolan, but it was like when she's molding everyone, and again that was practical. There was no CGI in that. They would just use camera tricks to allow them to put prosthetics and things into it, and they cut away so you'd only see hands moving around, and then they snap something on and then keep filming around.
Yeah,
and I was just like,
I didn't know what was going on there until
until you saw the pigs.
And they
did it so well. That part too. And it was right, but it had that really horror-esque sort of like tone to it, where it's just like, oh, Nolan's nailing this. Like he could do a really intense suspense or horror-ish type of movie, because there's all these elements in this, like you said, Rich. There's when they're the Hades part, when they're on the beach and everyone's coming out of the ground and it's the souls of all the dead, and we'll talk about that a little bit later too, because there's a couple of things that were great from the trailer that I had, where in context makes a lot of difference in the story. But yeah, man, that was so incredible. And again, the reason I liked it too was the story around it, right? They saw the lions, they saw the tigers as they walked up to the house. Made no sense. They were they're on the cusp of mutiny anyway. So they're already got the shits with Odysseus, and they're ready, they're done. They're like, no, like just fuck off. No, we're going up there. And as they go in, she greets them, she starts feeding them, and as you're watching it too, you don't really get it until there's more and more food. They're almost tethered to the bowl where it's just constantly like they're just shoving so much into their mouths that it's uncontrollable, and you start to understand, oh, they're bewitched right now, right? Like there's something going on. They can't stop. They're becoming gluttonous, and they're just shoving shit into their face. And then as she starts to talk, you can start to see her start to go through that. They're really talking about how the pig is what they really are, and their human skin is the disguise. And you hear her say that when she's talking to, this is when he comes in, she has that discussion about them being filthy, and as she changes them back, she's going, oh, back to your disguise. Like, it was so well done. Like, there was just like that horror-esque moment, but it was so good. But yeah, that was probably that was one of my favorite parts. And the other one, and we'll talk about this now, because I do this every week. We're going straight to the end again. You go, man. Cut me off.
I'm going to cut you off. Rather than going to the end, I will say, I think that other than like all the different spots that all the different things that they encounter, the flashbacks to Troy and the whole Trojan horse, they were so good. That was, and actually the theme of the story, how it's interpreted about Troy and how it affects Odysseus, is really well done. I think that was like I was not expecting that. I was kind of expecting the Troy part to be like the movie from with Brad Pitt, and
Eric Bana. Don't forget the Aussie.
Yeah, and it's so not that. It's more, it has a point to say, rather than it's just like this is what happened. This Trojan horse was it was wrong. It was a wrong.
Well,
thing
it broke all the rules, right?
It broke the rules. Yeah.
And that's why I was going to talk about the end, but I'm happy to go from where you're talking about now, because it was like, it's very much around, like, the whole movie is the law of Zeus, the law of Zeus, so the whole thing, which is hospitality, right? And bringing someone, you never know who that person would be. You don't know if it's going to be Zeus, so you treat them hospitably. You treat them like they're equal, at least to you, and you treat them with respect. And everything they did disrespected everything, and you know it too with the Trojan horse, right? Like, that broke every rule to the law of Zeus. So they're all the way talking about this honor and stuff, but that's why I wanted to talk about the end, because they're fucking barbarians. Like, they slaughtered they slaughtered everyone in Troy. Like, they were like, and as they went from island to island, the assumption is they still did the same. They just plundered and pillaged places as they went, right? Because they just didn't give a fuck. But everything about it was they were trying to be respectful and uphold this law or this value. But they weren't. They were fucking beasts. And it was like I think you nailed it too when you're talking about you see the point of the story, because everything up until the end is kind of like, oh, okay. And then when you see them destroy Troy, like, you see how they just massacred people, women, children, everything. They just burnt the place to the ground. You sit there and go, they violated every rule to get in there. So the Trojan horse, Sinon, like all the things, Sinon didn't know they were inside the horse. So Elliot Page was very much about, I don't know. Yeah, it's a gift for Athena, right? So they'd taken Athena and gone, it's a gift from Athena. They'd gone and hidden inside the Trojan horse. They'd moved it into a temple, a place of worship. Then they snuck out in the middle of the night and then just massacred everyone. So they violated all these rules. And this is where the world obviously changes. And the whole point of the story is this is when the Bronze Age comes to an end, the start of this destruction where everything gets separated. And it's just like, holy shit. Like none of that made sense until you get to Matt Damon at the end and his reaction to when he's talking to Penelope about what they've done. And you can just tell, you know, the reason he massacred everyone inside the room is he knew he wanted to be home. Yes. Eventually after 20 fucking years, but he wanted to be with his wife. He didn't want to be in Ithaca. And he knew that if he slaughtered all these suitors, he would be exiled and he could be free to go and lay everyone to rest and go with his wife. And I think that's where it's really made that difference at the end, where you sit there and just go, holy fuck, man. Like he was broken that whole fucking movie. He was just carried guilt and remorse. And as it kept going and going and going, he just felt more and more guilt. And when he was with Calypso, she just, you know, she was just giving him drugs. So it was completely his fault, because this is the thing. And this is where I think I wanted to talk to you guys about as well. In the poem, from my understanding, is he's more of an asshole. He is devious. He's a thief. He's a trickster. Like all these things he's dishonest and deceitful, right? In this, they made Matt Damon very Matt Damon, like sweetest man ever, just a general, right? Where he had concocted all these plans, so everything was his fault. The whole journey of what they go through is his fault,
including like pissing off the gods.
Well, Zeus, Poseidon, everything. Poseidon. yeah. I mean, he stabbed Poseidon's son in the eye, so you know he's pissed off because of that, and that's why the sea just wasn't their friend. Zeus was just fucking with everything, and again, you don't know this because you don't see anything. The only inkling of a god that you have in this is Athena, and again, we all know why. As we get to the end, it's the last person he sees massacred as they break the statue of Athena. It's Zendaya getting beheaded. And that's why he carries the guilt of her through the whole movie. And that's why he sees her as Athena. So it's just like, yeah, holy shit, man. That was full on. Sorry, that was a lot of talking.
But how funny when in my mind when I saw Matt Damon having memory issues. And I'm like, oh, it's Jason Bourne again.
But it was funny too, because I said that to Gelfie as the end started. He's look, he's going Jason Bourne now. Like when he just killing everyone in all the suitors in the room. I was just like, yeah, this is Bourne action.
So that scene reminded me of Unforgiven. The end of Unforgiven, when he comes into the bar and he basically just kills everyone in the bar. In a way. And it was about the legend, like, I guess, the reputation and the legend of that character. So in Unforgiven, you know, it's all about the outlaw and the legend of this person and what he's done, his reputation. And in the Odyssey, his character, you know, obviously is the king of Ithaca, and the legend that created won the Trojan War thanks to his idea. And so he has this legend, and when he does the thing with the bow and he man, it was so good, man. It was so good. And then he just kills the fuck out of everybody. It reminded me of Unforgiven in a way.
But I like that as well, when everyone, like, people started to stop as well and just bowed. So he didn't massacre. Like they all knew, fuck, the king is back.
Yeah,
and they just sort of went and they just stopped, and then he just massacred everyone else who didn't bow down. So again, even then, still a fucking asshole, right?
It's like it's like they were pissing their pants until they realized, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't know. I guess I don't know if this is a nitpick, but why were all those suitors working for Robert Pattinson?
I don't think they were, but I think they all had just congregated so much that he because again, you look at Robert Pattinson, so Sinon and him are those two children at the beginning. So when they're drafting people for the war, and he picks out the pin or whatever it was, I can't remember now, that he gives it to the child. And that was it. They made it sound like the story was the other way around. So he's always been manipulating. And the part of it was also that he always just manipulated things and how it works. So he would have done the same even in the suitor's room of the castle, right? He would have just been, playing people together and trying to gain power there because he was just devious and conniving, right? And I think that's all it really was. I think he was really waiting to be the last man standing, like for everyone else to take everyone else out. So he was like, I'm all that's left. I'm then now the king, right?
But he was like ordering people around at the end.
Well, but he's smart, right? Get the sword, get the spear, get this and that. He wasn't doing any of that. He was letting everyone else get wasted. So at least at the end,
he looked like he was like a warrior, but he was dressed like a warrior too.
Yeah, but even then, he goes, and you remember at the end, Gelfie, when he's got all the arrows in him and shit. And if they hadn't stopped fighting, he could have taken him out. Odysseus could have lost because he would have been so worn down that he could have just sat there in the end and got a sword and gone. Nah, he didn't, obviously. But yeah, it was. He was just playing everyone off against everything. Just and he did. And again, that's what I was going to ask you guys. Like, from an actor / character perspective, like, who was your favorite in the movie? But also, who do you think wasn't up to par? Because I think it's two sides of the conversation, right? Because I know where I stand on at least two of them: the good and the bad. Not bad, but just not as elevated as everyone else. But who was your hey?
You'll say no, I'll say miscast, you'll say?
Not miscast, but just not at the caliber of everyone else in the movie. I don't think they did a bad job in the role. Could have been better, yes. But I think there's one. I definitely maybe a downside of it. I think one person just wasn't as good as everyone else, even though they still did well. So yeah.
Who would you say then?
Okay, I'll go. So I my gripe with the trailer when Matt Damon runs, let's go, fucking full on American team America, fuck yeah, let's go. Didn't realize they were running. So in scope of the movie, and I think as Damon went through the movie and you started to see the struggles, his guilt, everything, I think Matt Damon was fucking amazing in this movie. Like, it took a while to get used to everything, and we'll talk about all the controversies and the bullshit in a sec, maybe after we have a break. But I think he did really well. He carried the fucking movie. Like, he did really well, and I don't think, take away everyone's American. Everyone's got an American accent. Even the British people have American accents, which I don't fucking understand. Another nitpick, but I think he did a really good job of carrying the story, and I think, especially from the sirens when he's tied to the mast and he wants to hear everything, but he tells everyone else to put the wax in their ear, and the pain and everything that you see with him. Just from then on in, he was fucking awesome. Yeah. My not favorite character, or my not favorite out of the people in this movie, was Tom Holland. I don't think he did a great job. I don't think he did a terrible job. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's the worst acting ever, but it's the same as Spider-Man for me. Like, we've been watching Spider-Man for fucking 2 weeks, technically 3, and I watched one again this week, getting ready for next week. And it's just like, he's just an average fucking actor. Like, I don't think he brought anything to Telemachus as, like, anyone could have done what he did in this movie. I don't think he was above and beyond. I think he misplayed a couple of the scenes where it was very much where, I don't know, they keep getting him to play a 14-year-old, even though the kid's 57 years old and he's got a family of 7. And, him and Zendaya are actually, almost reaching 100 because I just thought he was very average compared to everyone else. The other one I didn't like as much, but I still like more than Holland was, Frank Castle. I've gone blank. We were joking so much about him before. John Bernthal. He was good, but he was just John Bernthal. Everyone else was fucking awesome. I think everyone else was really good. John Leguizamo was fucking excellent. Again, I only think of that guy as the clown in Spawn. I will always the clown in Spawn and the dude in fucking John Wick. I know he's a very good actor and has been in many things, but he was really good. But yeah, Matt Damon was my favorite in this movie. Rich, how about you, man? Who was your favorite and maybe not so favorite?
Yeah, I would agree with Matt Damon. The progression of what he has throughout the whole movie, from when he goes back and forth, and the only thing you don't, well, I don't know if do they actually really mention it, is the time frames, right? So he was 10 years at sea and 20 years away, I think I read. So
yes, because they were on the beach for 10 years before
10 years,
and he was with Calypso for 7.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad place to be. I would be stuck with Calypso for 7 years. I could deal with that. That would be fine. Just eating the lotus, hallucinating and shit. That's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, he's the way he perceived himself, with all the different time periods was great. He did make a mark on the movie with his character and all the stuff that he did, especially that last act I was talking before. That last act just does it. He went from a beggar trying to figure out plotting and trying to figure out how to get back. He's doing everything for his wife Penelope, and it's unbelievable that the way that character progresses from beginning to end. Least favorite? That's a tough one.
If you don't have one, that's okay. I mean, Tom Holland wasn't shit. Just let me reiterate it. He wasn't bad, but compared to everyone else in this movie who was just fucking elevated and carried it really well, he was the least spectacular in the role. And again, it wasn't a hard role realistically, but it was like I don't know. But if you don't have one, I don't know because they've still got to, and I guess we got to also take in the frame of he's also going from a child not knowing his parent to being 20-ish, 24-ish. So he's sort of scaling, and you don't really see the change until you see his awesome outfit at the end, Gelfie, where we just laughed because it was his outfit at the end before he was the king. That was just really funny. But they also, you got to take into account that he's playing across, a 10-year period as well, which you don't really get. You don't really see it. But he's also going from a child, let's say a child who's lost, confused, doesn't know what's going on, doesn't know his father, wants to know the truth, to a 24-year-old to becoming a king, right? Yep. So again, I think it's hard to say, but just I don't think he brought anything spectacular to the role. But again, didn't do it bad. It's just my problem with Tom Holland in general. With Tom Holland's, he's just good. He's not amazing. I've not seen Tom Holland be amazing. Supposedly the one with him and Robert Pattinson is supposed to be really good. The Netflix one is supposed to be really amazing. I don't know. I haven't seen it. So again, maybe I'm just completely wrong. But Tom Holland just is Tom Holland. I don't know. I think I like watching his interviews more than I enjoy watching his movies, to be honest. Like, I don't think he brings anything extra to it. But yeah, that's me. If you don't have one, Rich, that's so good because, like I said, everyone's pretty stellar. Everyone's pretty spectacular in the movie.
Pretty much everybody's great. Like I didn't mind Tom Holland in his character, so I have no downside to that. But you look at Anne Hathaway, and you look at her performance.
She's going for an Oscar fucking hard, that one.
Yeah, so it's going to be Oscars all around for this movie. That's for sure.
Gelfie, how about you, man? Favorite character, favorite portrayal in the movie, and if you have one that's a gripe or just not as good, you can. If not, you don't have to. Who did well in this movie in regards to portraying the character they were?
So yeah, I'm kind of with you, Dave. Like I thought that Matt Damon was like just Matt Damon, and then all of a sudden he became Odysseus. So,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he definitely deserves an Oscar nomination. I'm sure he should maybe win. I think he's never won.
This movie should win fucking everything almost. There's nothing this movie should win. And we'll get to sound in a sec because we talked about this at the very beginning. We'll talk about that in a second.
Robert Pattinson's character was so good. He was such a weasel.
The weasel.
Weasel.
That's the best word for it. I wish I'd thought of the word weasel 20 minutes ago.
He's the weasel.
There was a scene where he just eats it up. And I was like, man, he's so despicable.
And you know when that was, man? My first piss in when the movie started. Because you told me, you go, man, you just missed a really good scene. And I was like, and I know what it is because then everyone was talking about it. I was like, oh, I missed that part. That must have been when I went to the toilet.
Tom Holland's just Peter Parker to me. He's just, but he suits the movie, but I don't know. That's what I mean. I don't know who else could have. Anyone else could.
Oh, I don't know if anyone could have, but he was Peter Parker in 3000 BC. Okay, cool, good on you. Yeah.
So there's a little bit of that, but for everybody else, even that Marshall Logan Green guy, who's like this despicable worm, who's like. Even the way he looks, he's just like, you
could tell.
He just looks like a creature that supplies him the weapons, almost. The way he's shot, I thought was really, really good. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but he looks just like an evil thing that's trying to help Rob Pattinson's character.
Yeah.
Frank Castle, he's just the same guy.
John Berthel is just
come a long way from Shane from Walking Dead. He's definitely come a long way from that. But
for sure.
Yeah, but I don't know. I kind of like it. Like he's good. I don't know what it is.
The guy comes with it. He brings it all the fucking time. The guy's intense as fuck. Like even in this one, he's intense as fuck. Like my problem is I carry the MCU weight, and this movie is fucked for that. This movie has so many people from fucking DC and the MCU where we were joking about this before, but it's like, so Batman, there's a Catwoman, there's the Spider-Man, there is MJ, there's the technically the semi-queen and mother of the next heir to Wakanda. It's like, I forgot about Anne Hathaway. I completely forgot about her. I forgot she was Catwoman. Like,
so everyone was good. Like, and the I guess I forgot the name of the actress that plays Helen of Troy.
Lupita.
Lupita.
Yeah, she's stunning. Like she's stunning. There was before that. I mean, even when they show her fucked up side. She's absolutely stunning. And I was taking one of my enormous pisses when Elliot Page was like doing her thing, so I missed it. So I don't know. This whole controversy thing was just such a non-event.
Let's hold the controversy and come back to the sound. Let's take a break because I've just looked at the time and this one's going to go for a while. let's take a short break and then we'll come back. We've got to refill the glass. I don't know if I can refill too much more because I'm not going to be able to say Agamemnon much more. I might not be able to say that now. So let's take a short break. Let's have an ad break and then we'll be back and we will keep going in a couple of minutes. All right, everyone, we'll see you in a sec. See you. Hey, everyone. Just a little bit about us. We're the Hype Check Pod. We love to talk about TV shows, movies, physical media, video games, and all the things that we enjoy about them. If you're enjoying the content so far, then please like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. We're on things like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and obviously here on YouTube. Please leave a comment. Let us know how you feel about the episode, us, what we're talking about. But again, If you think we're going above and beyond, then we'd really appreciate your support. You can do that by buying us a coffee. How do you do that? There is a link down below in the description of all the places that you can find the Hype Check Pod. Please join us every week as we talk about the things that we love. And again, it is in our own opinion. So again, you can like it or you can disagree with it. But as long as you join us every week for the conversation, that's all that's important. Take it easy, everyone. And now back to the episode. Hey, everyone. We are back. Thank you for watching our sponsorship ad. All right. Let's jump back into the one part that Rich mentioned right at the very beginning. My gripe as well. What the fuck is it with Nolan and sound and dialogue, man? Like, fuck me. Like, I was born in the dark. Like, fuck yeah, mad. That's awesome for Bane. I don't understand the first, especially the beginning. The beginning was really hard. I didn't have the same problems as you did. You serious, man? The beginning, the dialogue was so soft. And Rich, the part that got you, was it the storm?
Yeah.
The storm, that was so fucking loud. And I'm glad I didn't need to understand the dialogue on the boat, because the storm was so loud in IMAX that it engulfed the cinema. Like, you could hear nothing. You heard, and again, maybe it's the way they wanted the crafting of the dialogue to be in the movie, where it was just like you could hear them, but their dialogue was so soft and the storm was so fucking loud. Like, not in a bad way, but just, I don't understand the mixing with Nolan films and dialogue. Like, and again, it could have been the cinema as well. Like, again, I haven't been to this IMAX, so maybe the way the sound is and the design, maybe the front speaker needed to bump it up a little bit. I don't know, but yeah, man, like, had you obviously struggled with the sound as well, Rich, because there was just parts that were so loud it was deafening, and then there was parts where I couldn't understand the dialogue. I was like, fuck, I need subtitles or something.
The score was great. Don't get me wrong. It was just loud.
The score was
good. Like, when they did the one of the other loud bits was, I think the score goes a bit loud when I think they enter Troy, like they come out of the Trojan horse.
Yeah.
And they start attacking and stuff, and it just, whoa, just like a massive, like, just loud. Just, they pump the volume up to 11, as they say. But when this comes out on 4K and we get it at home, my subwoofer's going to get a workout, man.
Man, it'll explode. And that's another thing, Gelfie. I'm interested for you, and we'll talk about this next week when we do our final Spider-Man Before Brand New Day. Is I want to know what the sound was like in a normal theater, like, just to see if it was intense, because like, it would be incredible to understand, and that's why I'm tempted to go see it again, because I want to see the different format, but also I wanted to see what the sound is like. And also now I think I can enjoy it a bit more, because there was so much to take in. Now I can just watch it because I know what's going to happen. And I won't have to urinate 17 times through a movie for the 3 hours long, even though I didn't really need to. It was just the pressure of, I gotta wait. But yeah, I don't know. Like, this is the thing. I'm so tempted to see it again. I just don't know when I'm going to get the time to do it. But yeah, I was again very interested. So sound was one of my gripes. Well, sound mix, not as much sound as it. Like, I loved that storm. Like, don't get me wrong. I think the storm, it was so intense and so suited. And again, in IMAX, when it is just a wall of ocean and a boat being smacked around, and the sound, the storm and everything happening around it, like, if you're talking about atmosphere, fuck yeah. Like, the atmosphere was incredible. It was so intense. But yeah, just dialogue seemed to be light in parts where I just didn't hear it as much as I heard everything else in the movie. But yeah, it was pretty full on. So again, okay. So Andy doesn't agree with the sound. He just went, it was fine.
I thought it was fine. It was loud. Like that.
But a good loud, right? It's not a bad loud. It was just loud, as a movie should
loud.
Be. Yeah.
Yeah, the storm scene was really fucking. I remember
that was it. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That's why I'm laughing at you wanting to see it in D-Max, man. You're gonna go deaf, and they're gonna splash water on you just for fun.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be a spray. They're gonna get buckets, and everyone's gonna have a bucket next to them and just go,
it was definitely a lot more legible than Tenet. I'll say that. Like, Tenet's so up and down. Like, you got to turn up the dialogue and then turn down the action. You know what I mean? It was just, I don't know if that was I just don't know if it's intentional or not. But I did not have a problem with the sound, even though it was really, really, really loud. I felt like I was there, especially that boat scene and storm scene.
Yeah. But did you struggle with the dialogue? With the dialogue at all? No, I struggled with the dialogue. I don't know if it's just me. Maybe I'm just old. Maybe I need a hearing aid.
I did find some parts are really much lower than the rest.
Yeah, right. Like the dialogue was so low compared to every other ambient sound around it. It's like, okay.
No, I didn't have a problem with it.
Okay. Let's do this real quickly, because again, I think I agree with your thoughts as well. And you said this a little bit earlier, Andy, the controversies. So obviously we have the controversy around just Elliot Page in general, casting. Then we have controversy around Helen of Troy being black. And again, I'll say it out loud. I'm not going to tiptoe around it because that's what it is. And then and this is controversy in my mind because I don't know why we had two British actors talking in American accents and they're British in a British director's movie about a fucking Greek fucking myth. Let's not get carried away. And also the other part of controversy was, no one's speaking Greek in it. There was no Greek actors in the fucking movie. Let's start with that. Let's not get carried away. It's a film.
Can I add one more?
Yes, man, you can.
How people say the historical accuracies of this movie kills me.
It's a fucking poem. It's fucking 5,000 years old. Like, who knows what the truth was? And I love that they
kills me.
Well, I love the apparent. I like when he puts apparent. At the very beginning, it opens with apparent magic, right? From there on in, you just see some cool shit. I think everything's really good. And we haven't even talked about half the islands that they've gone to. Fuck. This will be long. Okay. So with Helen of Troy, there is nothing accurately said about the color of her skin, that she's blonde. And there's a piece of written text around white-handed. And again, Eric Voss, New Rock Stars, thank you for this. That was a form of status. So again, white-handed means she was an upper class type of person. It wasn't that she was white, or they also talk about that people are fairer because they're not laborers. They're not out in the sun. So again, Lupita Nyong'o was fucking great in the role. She's an incredibly gorgeous woman. You can see the face that would send 1,000 ships to sail, and then 500. Even 500 is not bad. John Berthol, thank you for the line. But again, incredible acting. She was in the movie for maybe 10 minutes at most.
And 3 minutes.
I reckon less.
You reckon less? Okay, all right. Let's pull it back. 5 minutes maybe. I mean, and when she stabs him, that was awesome too. That was awesome, when she's playing the twins. That was a massive stabbing as well. But again, as an actress, did a fantastic job. Fit the role. Is gorgeous. Did a really good job. So again, don't understand the controversy there. The controversy around Elliot Page. Forgive me. Elliot Page, who gives a fuck? Like, seriously, it's an actor in a role. If you've watched Umbrella Academy season 3, you see the transition in a television series for a person that's changing in regards to how they feel as a person. Who gives a fuck? Like, seriously, did an amazing job in the role and was only again in the movie for fucking 3 minutes. Like, that's I don't get it. And again, mine's just because I don't understand why they put accents on Robert Pattinson and Tom Holland. Maybe Tom Holland would be better as an English actor for me. Maybe that's my gripe. Stop being American, dude. Be English, and I'll enjoy it. I like your interviews. I like when you talk normal. So who knows? Any other things you guys think around the controversy? Should we just fucking get over it and keep moving on? What do you guys reckon? Do you want to just keep going, or?
Yeah, keep going. I will say, like, a lot of the controversies from people that had never seen the fucking movie. And they just made it all up in their heads and made videos for clickbait.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's just it's so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's fucking stupid. People are entitled to their opinions, sure, but I just think, you know, a lot of people would be like, I've noticed a lot of people are putting like the Troy movie that came out with Brad Pitt like on this pedestal now, and it's like that movie was okay.
That movie was okay.
Yeah.
It was more funny because it was him and fucking Banner, but yeah.
Banner.
It wasn't a fucking cinematic masterpiece.
Look, Troy's fucking this legendary movie, and it's
so,
not.
Kate, did you know that Nolan was in talks to do that movie?
Yes.
Like, how funny is that? Can you imagine if Nolan did that and then came back and went, fuck, I might do the Odyssey now. Let's just go from there. That would be fucking awesome.
It would have been a sliding doors moment.
No, yeah, exactly. Rich, anything you want to say, man, about the controversies, or should we just move on? Because we haven't touched on shit.
Let's move on because it didn't touch anything with the box office. It still did its money, and it still.
So, okay, I'm going to scroll back again. Again, awesome point. So, what I heard this afternoon as I was traveling home. So, US domestic, $124 million for the weekend since release. So it's beaten every other Christopher Nolan movie. It's the biggest box office for the year to start off with. For a $250 million movie. Now, weird facts around it. I'll go slow because it's fucked up. $250 million budget. Emma Thompson and Chris Nolan get a 20% kickback from the gross of this movie. So their bonus is 20% of the gross take worldwide.
Wow.
That's fucking huge, right? It's made 124 US alone. Don't know any worldwide figures, just know US domestic.
264.
So let's 264 in
264
4 days. 264.
Yeah.
So that's made back budget of the film. Hasn't made back marketing. Hasn't made back anything else. It also have to add 200 million on for the Nolan family because they're struggling at the moment with cash. This movie needs to make 800 million to technically break even, be fine, be profitable. Really? You guys reckon it's going to do it? Yeah, 800 million. Because take the 200 million the Nolan's take away from it.
Yes.
They need to make, so 600 to be profitable and the extra 200 to make it easy. Do you reckon this one's going to cost? You reckon this one's going to hit $1 billion? Yeah. We got Spider-Man in a week. Do you reckon this will cross the $1 billion? Considering it's 3 hours long, the only way to see it really is in IMAX.
Well, if Oppenheimer
releases and stuff,
this will make $1 billion.
True. So we think this will be $1 billion movie?
I do.
I don't think you're wrong. It's made, if it's almost 300 now, it's 4 days old, 5 days old. Then
all the IMAX screenings are all sold out till September.
True, and that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, I looked the other night because I was like, do I go to Blacktown and just watch it in IMAX?
Granted, there's not enough screens, but if that's
not taking into account every other normal cinema screen that's also sold out, right? Like when we look for tickets, and again, one more time, Letterboxd, Universal Pictures, thank you for letting at least the two of us see it because we were looking for seats and it was really hard to get three together, but release Thursday night. It was near impossible, especially to get three seats together. There could have been three across the cinema. We could have seen it anywhere then, but again, it is still. I know. I looked last night, and I was just like, fuck, do I go see it anywhere? And I just looked through multiple cinemas out my way, and I was just like, oh man, I could see it out my way now, yes, but it's like, if I want to see an IMAX, it's like 7 weeks away that there's a good seat.
I think a lot of people will watch it twice, at least twice.
Yeah,
but and that's a question, right? Do you reckon you have to? I'm going to say yes. I think because the first time you take in everything, and now you can do the second viewing and enjoy it a bit more because you know what's coming, you know what to expect, and you can sit there and look at the things you didn't see before. Do you guys believe you should see it twice?
Yeah, for sure.
Rich?
Yeah, I think you need to. There's a lot of stuff that I did miss. Like I feel like a scene that didn't click or didn't come through was the Agamemnon, and he takes a little girl.
Yeah, that's his daughter that he sacrifices. That bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did not understand it. Didn't click.
But
And
then
I need to rewatch stuff.
And then
I
also,
must have been in the bathroom for that moment.
yeah, but that's also the part because that's why his wife kills him. For sacrificing their daughter, so he can be. So he sacrifices her to Zeus, so he can be successful and go and conquer. And that's why he dies. That's why she murders him, because he sacrificed their child. And it's just like, there's all these bits you don't catch, right? And but even the end, right? Like even for me, like the ending was so good, so much happened. It's like, I want to watch it again so I can pay attention to Penelope, her challenge to the suitors. Supposedly in the poem, there's another part where she talks about moving their bed, and their bed is made from a tree that he planted as a child, and the bed heads can't move. It's impossible to move it. And it's one of these tests that she has for him. But the parts that we've missed, and I want to go back, is out of the myths that you see in the story, what's your favorite? Because I like the Cyclops, but you like the Sirens? Yeah.
Sirens.
Yeah, Rich?
Cyclops.
I like the fucking giants, man. The fucking whatever they are. I'm a couple of drinks in now, and that's why I wanted to see what you guys said, because everyone had forgotten about the giants and the island, and they get slaughtered.
There's no context to that though. It's weird because it just happens. Like they get on an island and then they find that girl.
But that's the whole story, right? Everything is out of context because they all happen at different parts as the movie goes through. So you got Cyclops, you've got the Sirens, you've got the other fucker in the whirlpool, and the beast that I didn't find out with the dog hands in the rocks. Then you've got the giants. You've got all these bits of myth that each island's a different one. We haven't even talked about the goats. We haven't even talked about the fire pit. And that's
Calypso.
We haven't talked about Calypso. So there's all these bits and pieces where you sit there and go, I really believe this movie would have been 4 hours long if he had the opportunity to do it. Because
you don't reckon there's a director's cut?
I reckon there is, but obviously it doesn't matter then, because the IMAX format doesn't count then, because IMAX can't be beyond 3 hours. So if he does a director's normal cut, fuck yeah, that would be awesome. 4 hours long, a little bit more of the stories of the adventures, or even bits that they didn't do. So
that's I guess that's like a little nitpick, is all the little adventures that he encounters that they encounter, other than the Cersei one, they're pretty short. Like the whole whirlpool scene could have been longer. Like it could have been a little bit more dramatic, maybe. Like where they were heading towards the whirlpool and then realizing that, in order for us the whole crew to survive, we're going to have to take our chances.
But he knew that was coming. See, this is the thing.
I know, but they could have made.
He was told on the beach of Hades that was going to happen, and they have to make a choice. And he lies to the crew, and he lies to them. We've got to go that way, and because they're all mutinous anyway, they go, "No, fuck, we're going to do this." And it's exactly what he wanted. Like, he manipulates them all through there, through the whole fucking story.
The whole Sirens scene, I think, thinking back, should have been longer. And I was like,
but do you reckon that it was
the way they did it was so good? It was
and that's
so
it, right?
Yeah.
Like they didn't go overboard with seeing. You see an image on the rock, but that's it.
Yeah.
You don't see anything else. They don't go into how beautiful they are.
Yeah.
You don't really understand the dialogue around what he hears and what he's being punished with, and it's kind of, you do later on that you do hear a bit when he explains it.
It's enough to get your imagination going.
Exactly.
Which is really cool. And it's such a good scene. Even when the guy just goes, "Nah, fuck it, I'm going to listen to it," jumps in. Yeah.
Rich, was that fucking Han?
No, it wasn't.
No, okay.
That
It's just a
was-
dude. It looks like Han. I was like, fuck, it's a dude from Fast and Furious.
No, it's the dude. Where is he from?
I can't remember. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Forgive me. I just thought it
Was
was.
he in one of the Star Wars shows?
I can't remember. I know. I'll have to look it up afterwards because yeah, I love. He just goes, "Fuck this! I'm pulling him out. I'm diving in. I'm going. I'm going to go."
But that was such a good scene. And you don't see them and you don't hear them, you know. But you get the idea. And
you just hear the music and the suffering of Matt Damon. And again, this is why I think Damon did so well. It's like you see the pain, man. Like he fucking goes hard in that scene. Like it's such an incredible scene where you can just see the pain that he's going through, where it's joy, it's then suffering, then it's just intense pain.
What
did you just know what to do. Yeah.
What did you guys think of it? What did you guys think of the Cyclops?
Honestly,
it's
all right. I like the story around what they did in there, but again, I'm looking at 1,000 bits of reviews and other people's thoughts around it now to understand and go, it was cool. Like visually, it was cool.
Yeah, visually,
it was all right. It wasn't amazing. It was all right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it didn't blow my socks off.
For what they had to do, I reckon it was great.
But how they did it, again, amazing, right? Like they shot it in two. So one scene was the person in the suit, and then the other one was, and they put the plates together to make it one scene. So it was all practical. Again, it was two sets of filming done to then piece together and overlay it so it looked like there was a giant and them, and it was just two different sections of takes.
I guess I mean. That was one of the points where I really had to go to the bathroom. So I'm looking forward to watching it again without that feeling of
have a wine, man. Don't have beer, have wine. It's much better for you.
But
it was a brutal scene though.
It was, but it kind of felt, I don't know, a little bit not
fake.
Flat. no, not flat. Just it was. I thought it would be a bit more grand and more prominent, and it was. Kind of just happened, and it happened so early on. I was like, "Oh, that's that." You know, and it's an interesting thing for someone to happen to. You know, running into a fucking Cyclops, the son of Poseidon.
Yeah,
it just felt.
Who's a fucking goat farmer? Don't forget, he's making cheese as well because the cheese was on the wall. In the bags. That's why he eats.
Do we know? Is it in the actual poem? Is the Cyclops encountered halfway through at the beginning or at the end?
No, because the poem's done the same way. They're segmented stories that don't flow together. They're just stories, so you don't know when it actually takes part.
Yeah.
So Nolan did it the same way. It was very segmented in regards to this thing happens, but we don't actually know the timeline of how it fits together and when all the adventures happen.
Right. Yeah. So look, I think watching it again, it'll probably play out better because I was too distracted with my
urination. Your bladder. Your bladder.
But you know what I've noticed? One of the things I noticed is there's hardly any blood in this movie. And I was
you're right.
Is that because of it's PG-13 in the States?
No, it's R in the States. It's R-rated in the States. Yeah, and people don't know why it's R-rated because I think more of the horror aspect than anything else. I think the only scene that would really fuck you up is Troy and Cersei's. They're the only ones that would be unnerving.
The Cyclops eating the guy. Yeah.
Okay, it was very quick. You don't really see it. You don't really see too much. You just see a bit fall out of his mouth, like just a bit of armor.
There's not much blood.
Yeah, true. Oh, true. Because even the part on the beach in Hades, like they're dead, but they're not. They're disfigured, but they're not. It's not scary or they're not blood soaked or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. It was an interesting choice because I was going, does this movie need more blood? At one point,
I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, no. I don't think it needs to. I think it does what it needs to do.
It does, yeah. Without
in
it,
regards to
it's
those
not.
bits,
It's not
bits of it.
necessary.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's
Like-
not necessary. It doesn't further the story in any way, the extra blood or anything.
Like with Gladiator, for example, like that's like brutal action where you see people get cut in half and there's blood.
But you see it like the giant part, man. They get slaughtered. Like they get slaughtered on that beach, but it's so quick. And again, it's Nolan's cut, I guess, how Nolan edits and pieces film together. Like it's not shaky cam, but you know what I mean? It's they're very quick cuts. So again, it's like a slice, but it cuts straight away. So there probably was a bit of blood afterwards, but he just didn't keep it in the frame. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it was just a thought I had.
No, it's a good
because I remember when I was watching it, I was like, you know, this like
it's quite tame compared to things.
Yeah. Like when that guy cops the arrow in the neck, you're a dick. There's no blood.
Yeah, true.
But even his fucking Jason Bourne moment at the end, like there's nothing. It's such shaky cam, quick cut that you don't see. You just see flashes of the action happen, and you don't. Yeah, it just happens. Yeah, maybe,
but,
man.
You know,
I don't know.
You know what? Now you think about it, do you see much blood in his movies?
No,
not really.
No,
not that I can think about it.
In Dunkirk, there's no blood. and
everyone gets slaughtered in that movie.
Well, they get blown up, you know, and there's no blood. So
interesting. No, maybe it's just an old thing. I've never ever thought of it, man. That's an awesome point. No, awesome. What you got, Elfie? There's a thought. Go.
Troy scenes. If we go back to the Troy scenes, I just love the perspective of the soldiers and the actual horse, where they're trying to survive.
Oh yeah.
I just think that's so brutal. But it's again, you don't take the myth, the legend of that story that way, right? I think that's why this movie really hits for me, is because it's such a different perspective, a very honest perspective of it's the PTSD, right? It's stress around it, and this is what he is. He's fucking mentally scarred, and he's witnessed this brutality. And Troy is brutal, like, and I love, and you said at the very beginning as well. You just see these fragmented scenes of Troy as it happens, and then the end when he's telling Penelope, you know, the pain of what he's seen, why he just feels the way he does, and then you get that brutality of it all. Like it's a brutal scene, and they really were animals. They weren't fucking heroes. They're, you know, the way everything was done, it was against the law of Zeus. You know, they used Athena to get the fucking Trojan horse to the temple so they could sneak in. He sacrificed this child, didn't tell them they were inside the fucking horse that they were offering to them to get it into the temple so they could invade and open the gates. Like it was all so brutal and just very much just a pure actions of deceit, right? Everything was planned. It was such a deception. It was such a massive deception, and everything they did, and I think they mentioned at the end, is they broke every fucking law that people lived by to win. All from the idea of, what if we sit inside a fucking wooden horse and go and invade that way? We can go open the gates. It's like, okay.
Question for you guys. What do you guys think they meant by the sea people? Because you know how, like, they were saying, like, the sea people are going to invade.
It was them. I reckon the sea people were them. They'd gone, they'd invaded all these his forces as they were returning.
Yeah.
Because they were invaders, right? Like they were, as they traveled back from Troy, they invaded every island they got to and changed the way it was in regards to life. They destroyed villages. They just didn't give a fuck. There was nothing that mattered to them. And as they look at the change of it, that they've changed everything in regards to how society works and functions.
The rules, right?
Yeah, all the rules were broken by them returning from Troy via the sea. That's how I took it. I could be wrong, but that's how I took it.
Yeah. No, I was just curious because it is brought up a lot throughout the movie.
Well, because it's a change of the Bronze Age, right? Like, who are these people from the sea? Is it people from other continents? Is it people invade with, is it pirates? Is it bandits? Is it people invading from other lands that are
less civilized,
inconsequential to them, or less civilized, or maybe more civilized? Maybe the weapons are very different. Like it's people coming from places they're unaware of, but they make the change with him coming back, with them being people that change the scope of how their lives and the reality for them are. Like everything changes as he returns, right? 20 years, the hero of Troy, but everything's been destroyed as they've returned. Like they've destroyed everything as they've returned back to Ithaca.
It's such a good fucking movie.
That's what I mean, right? The shit's intense. Like it's just so much to think about. And
it's
again,
such a good fucking
for everyone,
movie.
this is our thoughts, our opinions around what we think the story is. We could be completely wrong. I mean, this poem, this novel, whatever you want to call it. Like people study this for like years.
I learned about it at school.
I don't know. We went to the same high school. I must have not been paying attention that day. I must have been drawing on the desk.
What was the teacher? The history teacher. That little lady, old lady, was our history teacher.
Oh, yep. Gone completely blank. I know who you mean.
Yeah.
In my head, it's Sutton, but it's not. I know which one. The one with glasses. Miss Ryan.
No, wasn't.
No. No, she did history, didn't she? Anyway, enough of the Chatswood High School history teachers. All right. What haven't we touched on? There's so much. I don't even know where to go because there's so many things we could talk about.
What about Athena?
Yep. Let's do it. Let's talk about Athena. Rich, do you want to start with Athena? What are your thoughts around Athena? Her betrayal, the character, the twist at the end. What were your thoughts around the character? We don't have to talk about Zendaya if you don't want to. If you want to, you're more than welcome. If you want to talk about Zendaya as well, you're more than welcome to. It's better than her fucking husband, that's for sure. That's why she's in Dune, Rob's in Dune, Tom's just in Spider-Man. Let's not forget.
But she played that, even though it's like a pretty limited time she's on screen. She did play it well. I've got to give her that. Because she's what's the word? The harrowing aftermath. His image of her.
Yeah.
It's haunting him. So, it's hard to say. Like, I'm trying to think of words that.
Let me go and then see if you get your words together. I think it was awesome because you really don't know. So you take into the mindset of this is Athena. This is his and his vision of what she is, right? And again,
exactly
the way it's cut as well, it's awesome because he's always alone, and then they cut to she's next to him, she's talking. They're talking about, why did the gods not speak in simple terms and why, all these things. And then at the end, you see why he sees her as Athena, because the way she was murdered in front of the temple, right? And I think they've done that really well to build up that in the first 2.5 hours, you're going, okay, he's fucked in the head. This is what he envisions Athena, or maybe Athena's appearing to him. Then you get to the end and you realize that's his trauma. That's his pain. It's this person that was like murdered right in front of him, where he's finally sat there and just gone, like, what the fuck have we done? We violated every law and rule to be victorious, to win. And this innocent girl has been slaughtered right in front of me. And that's what he always based his pain and thought around. And maybe it is Athena, maybe it isn't Athena, maybe it's his projection, his mind, his thinking of what that is. And how he's having that conversation. Is it Athena, or is he having a conversation with himself, trying to just piece together how broken he is as a person. I don't know. Do you guys think the same? No? Yes? Like,
yeah. I think that's pretty spot on, in my opinion.
She's a PTSD vision that he's just projecting to at least speak to try and figure out what he's done. Yeah.
He witnesses this innocent girl just get beheaded for no reason other than just being the wrong.
She lives in this city.
And it's the same way that he sees a statue gets beheaded, right? So it's kind of, we put two and two together, but he sees it as a traumatic, in the end, it's traumatic experience, right?
And I love that you see that beheading of that statue multiple times, and then you realize that's the same time they chop off her head, and you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
So this is the difference between a fucking amazing movie and just a standard fucking movie like what Troy was. Troy was just like, oh, let's watch Brad Pitt with his fucking
and his long blondes,
with his fucking hair.
It was an action movie.
It's an action movie, and it's set in Troy, and Troy's it's a cool story, I guess.
Yeah.
But the way this movie interpreted the story, that's like 3,000 years old, is just a really, really interesting take on it. And I think that's why it's going to be why it is so successful. It's not just an action movie. This is like saying something. That
and it is like
what's fucked up. It's a fucked up thing,
and that's the thing that I think for this one especially, and again, we were all excited to see this movie, but was it the fact that it was just a Chris Nolan film that we were excited to see it?
For me, the brand. Yeah, he's
like,
the brand.
I didn't care who the fuck was in this movie. I did not care about the actors. Like, they were all great, yes. And when I look at the cast afterwards and piece together, like, these are probably modern era classic actors. Like, these are people that are up there in regards to the craft of acting.
Yeah.
But I didn't see it for any of those people. Like, the trailer reaction, again, I go back to it. The dialogue in the trailer, I was like, fuck, this is average, man. It's Matt Damon yelling, let's go, fucking, yeah. It's like,
I'm with you. I was underwhelmed with the trailer. But you know what?
It was a Nolan. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I went and rewatched the trailer after we'd seen the movie, and it's just
it's completely different.
Completely different. Yeah.
Which is good. They didn't show much, and you think about it.
Yeah.
Didn't show much,
and you got everything in context too, right?
Yes.
You understand where things come. Like that beach scene, I've said it over and over. I hated that scene. I hated Matt Damon yelling, "Let's go," because I didn't have any context of where that's at. I didn't realize they were running for their fucking lives as the army of the dead were fucking chasing them along a beach. And I mean, everyone that was chasing were people they lost in their battles or their crews as they're traveling home. That was all them people he had lost. I'm like, fuck, that hits different than let's go. And we don't know where you're running to. It's like you're running away from your pain and your anguish, right? And it's like, fuck, okay. It hits different.
And the trailer actually does really tells you the basic story of the Odyssey itself. Like it really hits different things, and it does it really simply. It's my ignorance that I don't know the story that well that made me go,
same.
Yeah, this doesn't look as exciting as I thought it would be. But fuck, man, like it was.
You were wrong. It was exciting as fuck, even though we had to pee a lot.
Yeah. I just forgot. I had something.
Oh, don't bring it back. Come on, man. There's more. There's more to talk about. Come on, Rich. What else? What else is in this movie? Okay, just think. Go slow. Me and Rich will talk. You think it through, and then when it pops in your head, just blurt it out.
That's one thing they didn't explain is the giants, right?
They didn't explain shit, man. I don't know who the fucking dog paw lady was that came out of the rock. I don't remember that bit. I don't actually know what happens with the whirlpool because supposedly in the poem, he does get sucked into the whirlpool by himself and somehow gets out. I'm like, okay. They don't explain the giants at all. And again, the giants, they're done a little differently from the poem, from what I understand, where they weren't armor clad. I think they did the armor so it made it easy to film. They were still giants, but yeah, it was done a little bit differently, just in the form of the movie to make it a little bit easier.
It was a random bit that a kid starts screaming, and all of a sudden the giants start running.
Well, I saw somewhere today that the kid was laughing and then screamed. I'm like, I don't remember that bit. I don't remember the kid laughing at all. I don't remember that at all, because they found it funny that there was these little people and that was a child. And then they screamed. So the other giants, they came out of fucking nowhere as well and just slaughtered everyone. And I remember when I was watching the movie with Andy, I was sitting there going, man, they've just wasted half the ships as well. Like, he lost so many people in that battle and it was over so quick in the film, where you don't realize the giants take out about 4 of the ships as well. The crew was larger as they went to that island, and the giants laid waste to a couple of the ships as well. And it was just like, oh, you end up with 1 ship. I'm like, oh wow, there was heaps when they left Troy.
And it wasn't my imagination, right? The trees were moving, right?
Yeah, the trees were moving. Yeah,
so no explanation. Yeah.
But again, I think we go back to the part of the beginning that we've got to take into account, is there magic? We live in well, we're looking at a story in regards to the world of the gods. So again, you never see Zeus. There's a lot of lightning. There's no actual personage or something that's interpreted as Zeus. Is just thunder.
Like Clash of the Titans.
Ocean. Yeah, like the ocean is as violent as it is. And again, we assume that's Poseidon, but you never see a personage of him. So they sort of lay the gods as parts of nature. And I think they did that really well, where it's like, you can take it how you want. Like, there was one part in the beginning too, when the first beggars comes into the palace, and Pattinson and fucking Dr. Dre start pushing the guy around, right? And then, Tom Holland's character is talking about, the law of Zeus. Everyone needs to be allowed to, because you just don't know if this is a god or not. And then there's a massive crack of lightning, right? Again, it's the image of Zeus. It's like, it's well done, because you can take it how you want to. And I think that's what makes it really, really effective, is they're not showing us the gods, but the gods are there in regards to elements of nature, just to make it go, well, Poseidon, god of the ocean, Zeus, the god of thunder. It's like all these things sort of fit it in to go, well, you could interpret it one way or you can interpret it another. So yeah, Nolan nailed the shit out of this movie. Well written. Nolan's got issues. He needs to have a holiday after this movie. He needs to go to Memento 2. What? You don't agree, Memento? Okay, we do need to hold off though, because I know we were talking about this before as well, Gelfie, when we were talking about the rankings. I think we do that as a separate episode. I think we go through our Christopher Nolan movies, because my problem is I've either not seen quite a few of them, or I've seen them once and I don't remember shit. So I want to actually give my time to come back and rank them, because for me, this is really up there. Just as a movie in general, this movie is fucking awesome. And I wanted to ask you guys, and this is why I thought we'd save it until the spoiler part, because obviously if we said this really early in the episode, it would be very different. But what do you guys rank it? Like, what did you give this out of 5? Rich, what do you give it out of 5, man? Have you done it yet?
I have, and I have been tossing up whether to do one of two.
You're not. I can pick yours. 4.5 or 5. I know you. Okay.
Bingo.
So all right. You think about which one, Andy. What have you given this in your out of 5?
I'll give it a 5.
Okay, fuck, interesting. Okay, I've given it a 4.5. That the reason being is, do you think this is the best Christopher Nolan movie?
No.
Do you believe this? No. So this is why
I gave it Dark Knight 5. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because it's his best movie ever. Yeah. nothing compares. But again, I'm joking. I mean in a serious way. We're gonna rate everything differently, but I struggle with this being a masterpiece because there's bits that just don't hit. Like, this movie is not a 5 for me. Is it near perfect? Is it fucking epic? Is it cinematic? Fuck yeah, this movie is incredible.
Of course.
But would I rate this as one of my favorites of all time? No. Would I rate this as my favorite of all time out of Christopher Nolan's films? No. Again, take it with a grain of salt.
It's top 5.
I'm a Batman fan. Fucking Dark Knight is one of my ultimate, and Batman Begins is up there, unfortunately for me, up there as one of Nolan's best because it's a fucking amazing movie for me. Like, it's not because it's the greatest movie ever made. It's my favorite character in fucking just pop culture in general, and an amazing filmmaker. So they sort of blur the lines of why I would rate this. This movie is fucking amazing. It's incredible. Would I give it a 5? No. There's bits that's just sort of for me. Not many of them. The is, I don't think Tom Holland was as amazing as everyone else. That doesn't make this movie fucking not near perfect. This movie is fucking near perfect. It is very minimal to no CGI. Practical effects. Filmed in the biggest way possible with IMAX cameras. Cameras were made specifically, first time ever, to film a whole movie in IMAX. Like, there's so many fucking things that make this movie amazing, but it doesn't make it perfect for me. And it's, that's why I was interested to see what you guys rate. Rich, what would you give it? Like, I know 4.5 and 5, but what if I said on the spot right now, what would you give it? 4.5 or 5?
5.
Okay.
but
would I be offended to give it 5? Fuck no. I would give this movie 5. This fucking movie is amazing.
but I don't believe it's the best movie of the year.
What do you rate this?
Project Hail Mary
still
goes higher.
No.
For me, it does.
Yeah. I rewatched Project Hail Mary, and the end just doesn't.
They should have just died. He should have just died. Grace should have died in space, and Rocky should have just gone home.
It ends, and then it ends again, and then no.
Again, there's no argument. We don't. It's the opinions, right? But no, and that's interesting. Andy, would you rate this so far as your top movie of 26?
Yeah, no doubt, man. Like this, the ending of that scene at the end that I mentioned is going to be iconic. It's going to be remembered, as one of the most iconic scenes in movies, for sure. So
that's such an interesting question too, because I don't know. Like, did I enjoy the fuck out of it? Yeah. Do I think my opinion was skewed if I'd seen it not in IMAX? Definitely.
Maybe.
That's why I'm really interested for you to go see it in normal. And Rich, in IMAX for you, I would be interested to see how you took it in IMAX, because when me and Gelfie sat in the cinema, we're sitting there, we looked at the screen at the top, we looked at the bottom, and this movie just covered every inch of the screen. It was so, I can't even explain to someone that hasn't seen it in IMAX.
Yeah,
man, it was just like so much film, so much, just from the ground to the roof of the building, the cinema we're in. It was just all this movie, and it was incredible. But I would be interested to see what it's like in normal cinema, to see if it keeps the grandeur of the scale, because like we saw it in its premium format. Like I again, we're very lucky that we got to. But it'd be really interesting to see what it's like, because again, I do want to see it again, even if I have to watch it when it comes out on 4K. I mean, this movie I need to see again, more than once, I believe, because there's just so much I think I missed.
Well, like I said before, Dave, I think even the story is actually, like, the last act is so good that I don't think it matters what format you watch it in. I was enthralled, even though I was on this weird angle, this is cool shit. Yeah.
It was still cool lying on a bed.
was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can discuss another movie I watched on the weekend, which is getting a lot of hype and a lot of buzz.
Save it.
Yeah.
We're not far off.
Yeah, but I think this is definitely so far the best film for me.
Okay. For me, I think I agree. This is the best movie of the year so far. Again, I'm excited for a couple of things in very different scales as well. I again, mine are very weird in regards to the things I'm looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to Doom Part 3. And again, I know you guys are as well. Again, completely different in regards to how it's going to take. But again, if that continues the story how I want it to, that will be an obvious contender. I'm actually really looking forward to Clayface because A, DC, and B, that looks like a mad horror movie. So again, I hope they don't fuck the bed with that one or wet the bed with that one.
Oh yeah, Resident Evil too.
Resident Evil and Doomsday. I'm actually looking forward to those. And again, there's a couple of re-releases coming out as well. So again, re-releases for Fast and Furious. I want to check out Moana as well. Like I want to see how bad it actually is live action.
You never know. Spidey could send it out of park next week.
Shit, I completely forgot we got Spider-Man next week. Yeah, brand new day. And again, that I don't think that's going to blow this one out of the water, but it could do really well. Well, that's it too. And like I said, after last week's episode of Far From Home, man, my perspective on Spidey changed. I really enjoyed the fuck out of that movie. So this could be really, really, really good. So hey, who knows? All right. We haven't covered shit. There's so many things we could talk about, but I think as we hit the 2-hour mark, probably should rein it in for this week at least, and maybe we come back and maybe after we have a rewatch and then we come back and revisit the Odyssey, because again,
maybe
if you have, sorry, Rich, go.
Maybe part 2 when we'll watch it on 4K.
I think so, because again we can take more time, and again hopefully there's special features. Chris, put some shit in there, man, because I would really love to see how you made this movie besides the 22 minutes that's on the internet at the moment, because yeah, it'd be incredible to see how this film was made. Like what I've seen and how it was made would be incredible. So yeah, boys, that we just scraped the surface. Like we really did. We just scraped the surface in regards to the Odyssey. But again, for me, for everyone, if you can see it in IMAX, please go and see it in IMAX. I think it is obviously the way it was intended to be seen. If you get a chance to see it in IMAX, it is incredible. So incredible piece of filmmaking. Epic cinema. It's fucking great. Like I said, could I give it a 5 easily? Fuck yeah, I could. Everyone else gave it 5, so I'm going to be that person. I'm going to be the 4.5. I'm going to hold back, not make it perfect, because again, there are bits that I wouldn't consider perfect in this movie, but it's pretty fucking close. All right, gents. Wow. That was a full-on conversation about the Odyssey, and again, I really appreciate it. What you been watching, dudes? Because Andy said he's been watching shit tons of movies. So, Andy, what have you been watching? What have you been watching this week, man? I really want to know. Besides Obsession with the fam, we can give it away now. Andy made his family watch Obsession. So,
family fun film.
Yeah, family fun film.
We should 100% cover that movie too, because it was pretty fucking good. Yeah. I reckon it lives up to the hype. I'm still thinking about it, like just in a very different way to the Odyssey. The Odyssey is obviously a lot more grand, a lot more emotional, whereas Obsession is more, man, that's
it's storytelling, right?
It's storytelling, psychological horror, but like it's the beauty of the movie is the nuance in the performance by the actors in it, because the villain isn't who you think it is. So it's really good.
Fuck, I haven't seen it, man.
No,
I'm
just saying.
Now I've got to pay attention.
So highly recommend you watch that. And I watched another movie called Backrooms, which has been getting a lot of buzz. You saw it, Rich.
So, Rich, you've done both this week, haven't you? You've seen Obsession and Backrooms, right?
Backrooms,
I haven't seen either. Okay.
Yeah, so interesting movie. I didn't like it as much as Obsession. It starts off really well, and then by the end of it, I was like, okay, it is what it is. I wasn't scared like a horror movie.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. More sci-fi.
Yeah, more mystery sci-fi type thing. It reminded me of like nightmares I've had. But it's
now Backroom I have to watch now. My interest is peaked.
Yeah, I recommend it. Like it's worth watching, but I didn't hit for me as a lot of people. I think I rewatched Tenet as well, just being on the Nolan sort of space, and I actually like that movie less than I did the first time I watched it. Yeah,
that bad?
No, the action scenes are epic and awesome, but the story just doesn't need to be that so convoluted. It's just, and the sound just, I don't know what the fuck's going on, and just when I think I know what's going on, in the end, it didn't matter to me. Like I asked ChatGPT, what the fuck's going on in Tenet, and
I don't even think Nolan knows himself.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't matter. But that's just me. It's probably my least favorite Nolan film.
We need to get into that rankings. It'll be interesting to see what everybody's thoughts are.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll discuss that when we get there.
And there has been a bit of a talk of Tenet online about what's his name, Neil? That's what's his name, Robert Pattinson's character.
Yeah.
About his character and where he comes from and what it could be. So a lot of saying it's the son from the the school when she gets picked up the son all the time.
Oh.
It kind of flips it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
It would be interesting, but it's never going to be
told
yes or no. But it's a good fan theory. I do give it that. But yeah, I need to rewatch it. Still haven't watched that for a while. I still remember watching that in the middle of pandemic.
Yeah, I'm keen to watch other Nolan films like The Prestige and Inception again as well, and Interstellar. So
I need to watch Insomnia.
That and Memento too. Memento doesn't have a 4K, does it?
No, I think there's one coming. I've got which one do I have?
I don't know. Is it hard to see in all those movies behind you, Rich? It must be.
It is right behind me, actually.
Oh, hold on. He's one I prepared.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This is a 101 release. They came out in a special pack, but I didn't get it. It was one of those times that I totally missed out. But yeah, it's got a ton of special features on this one. Like tons. So I've watched this recently. Still holds up. And it's got the reverse version, so it goes backwards. Well, technically the right way.
It goes right way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
right. Okay.
It's good to watch that. I'll probably watch that version next.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's really what I've been watching. Yeah, that's me.
Nice. Rich, how about you, man?
Do I have to go through my list?
Only if you want to.
It's a kind of a weird list. So I did watch Obsession and Backrooms, 2 great movies. I found them. I agree with Andy. Obsession's a bit higher than back rooms, but I still found them to be kind of equal rating kind of sense. One's different than the other. Obsession, yeah, I understand the hype and why it's made so much money. It's good. You have to watch it, Dave. It's add it to your list.
Okay.
I've also watched The Furious, which is a Asian action kind of crazy kind of. Have you ever watched The Raid?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's the same guys. The Raid's kind of crazy action,
That's
Indonesian.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's nuts. So this is on the same guys. And it's got the guy from Mortal Kombat, Sub-Zero. So
as long as it's not Cole, that's all right.
No. So it's one crazy, choreographed action movie. It's the last half an hour is insane. And other than that, I've gone through and done Marvel movies again. So I did into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, X-Men, because I had to watch X-Men after watching the cartoon and watch the latest episode of the cartoon as well. So so Into the Spider-Verse movies are still high up there, still crazy good. And on the new toy, really good. So on a projector, crazy audio, everything. So, and other than that, Odyssey, as we just mentioned, we just talked about 2 hours in past 2 hours.
Yeah, nice. Awesome. I've watched jack shit this week. So again, still moving. So yes, I have. I got out our dodgy projector and put it on the wall so my daughter could watch Descendants 5. Descendants 5? Wicked Wonderland. So I've watched this story of the Queen of Hearts this week. And nothing else. I haven't even watched X-Men. I started No Way Home and I was like, oh, that's next week. I can save it. So I have watched nothing this week except for obviously one of the best movies of the year, The Odyssey. So again, really glad I got to see that. But yeah, I've watched nothing this week, boys. But so Obsession is up there. I should do it.
Yeah.
And one thing I'm going to admit, I feel bad about it, but I'm finally going to say it online for the world to know. I've never watched Interstellar. I've never watched it. I have never watched that film. And because we're going on our Nolan trip in life, it's like Gelfie's frozen in time.
I'm jealous.
What I want to do is we've talked about this over the last week, especially since seeing The Odyssey, and we wanted to rate our Nolan films, especially the top 5. So what we're going to do in a couple of weeks is we're going to do a Nolan top 5. And again, we're going to do it for us individually. So whatever our top 5 is, we're going to have a discussion around it and sort of do a hype check pod rating as a group to try and rate the top 5 Nolan films and put it on our Letterboxd. So I have to unfortunately watch a couple of Nolan films in the next couple of weeks because we'll do it in August sometime. But I do need to watch Interstellar. I need to go back and watch Tenet because Andy made me laugh there because I remember liking Tenet, but I remember also just not understanding shit. And it has been ages since I've watched them. So for me, I really want to go back and revisit the non-Batman Nolan films. So including things like, again, on the internet, for everyone to know, I've not watched Oppenheimer either. So I got a couple to watch. Yeah, I Call of Duty. Call of Duty was good. It's Call of Duty Oppenheimer. Call of Duty 1. So
hey, talking about Call of Duty, did you hear about the movie?
No, I heard Michael B. Jordan was doing bits with the movie, but I don't know.
There's notes that I think it's green lit and everything. They're basing out of Modern Warfare, so there's an actual Call of Duty written by Taylor Sheridan from Yellowstone.
Oh shit! Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I heard Michael B. Jordan was involved in talks earlier, but didn't know. Fuck yeah, bring it on. That'll be best movie ever. So in a couple of weeks, we are going to revisit and rank our top 5 as the Hype Check Pod Christopher Nolan movies. So I'm looking forward to that because now it's forcing me to watch movies that I know a lot of people have a lot of thoughts around. Again, what we're going to do in a couple of weeks as well is we want to involve one of our mates in our interstellar conversation. So again,
he rang me today, and we had an argument again about this fucking movie.
And this is why. So we need to tee him up. We need to get a couple.
And we're
of
both
drinks
sober.
All right, so we need a couple of drinks in him. So in a couple of weeks, what? Cletus has very, 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 very firm thoughts around Interstellar. So we're going to do that in a couple of weeks. So we're going to involve another one of our mates to come in because he would like to pull everything apart, and I'd like to see the holes in it because, again, I have not seen it. So I'm going to do that in the next couple of weeks, start to go on the Christopher Nolan train so we can rank our top 5 Nolan films all together. Again, I'm hanging for it. I can't wait to watch Tenet again. I can't wait to watch The Prestige again. Again, I'm going to leave the Batman films out of it for the rewatch in regards to me anyway. I don't need to watch them. I know where they rank for me. So, again, we'll take our personal lists. Again, they are on Letterboxd at the moment for the boys. Mine is not up there because I don't have enough to actually make it viable for us. So, again, I want to watch a couple before I put my rankings up there. But what we're going to do is get together, have a conversation as a group. We're going to rate them all and pick our top 5. And I believe I'm going to say it out loud. I think the Odyssey will be up there for us. Where in the top 5? I don't know. But I think it will be in our top 5 as a group. But we'll see because there are some classic movies to look at. So, yeah, Taking Back Insomnia, Memento. Oh, my goodness. If we go all the way back, I might even try and see if I can find a copy of The Following as well and go all the way back. That'll be interesting to see. Dunkirk, Tenet. Yeah, there's Inception. Like, there's so many movies that I'm going to need to rewatch because the boys have sort of done some lately. I haven't, but I'm looking forward to going down the Christopher Nolan rabbit hole and just get my mind completely fucked over by Christopher Nolan films. But I'm really looking forward to it because, like I said, I really did enjoy the Odyssey. So, boys, we are at the end, sort of. I mean, there's so much more we could talk about, but again, we'll save that for another episode. So, in a couple of weeks, we are going to do our Christopher Nolan top 5 rankings, and again, we will also do an Interstellar episode in a couple of weeks, probably at the end of August. We just got to tee it up with a mate of ours that will hopefully poke a lot of holes in things to spark a lot of conversation. Because again,
he's got it. He's on.
Yeah, exactly. So we need to make sure he's on. I have at least a couple of beverages in him as well because that'll make it even more entertaining. But we'll definitely do that. And again, next week we will be going to finish off the. Well, I guess it's been a month of Tom Holland and Zendaya. We're going to go back to No Way Home. We're going to find out where Peter Parker sits in the MCU at this current point in time before the week after where we'll go and actually check out Brand New Day at the movies, which we need to organize because, again, it looks like everything's selling out at the moment. So we got to go and find some seats where we can sit together and watch Brand New Day. So the Spider-Verse, our Spider movies will continue in the next couple of weeks with No Way Home, Brand New Day, and I really want to thank Christopher Nolan for giving us this break from it because I think this was really important for us to do. It was an incredible movie that we got to see in the cinema, and again, it was really just to have a little break, even though everyone that's in this movie is also in at least Brand New Day because we've got Bernthal, Zendaya, and Tom Holland. And others, you know, no Sadie Sink in this one, but that's okay. That's all right. We'll say that. But everyone, that's the episode, boys. As always, really appreciate your time. Really appreciate your thoughts around the movie. Again, really enjoyed going to see this in IMAX. And again, Rich, the next one's yours, man. So if we win another competition, man, Andy has to sit on the sideline. Unless you guys win it, and then I can sit at home and you guys go see it and rub it in my face and go, it's fucking amazing. And we got beers. But we got next time we got to do less beers.
Lesbians.
For sure. Yeah,
Let's
man.
just do 3 beers, not maybe 5. But again, everyone, thank you for checking out and hanging out with the Hype Chick Pod. Really appreciate your time. Please like, subscribe, comment, do all that good shit. Let us know your comments in the comment section below. We're on Apple, we're on Spotify, and obviously here on YouTube. Again, everyone, appreciate your time. Boys, as always, love to have the chance to get together and just talk about movies. This has been really cool. I'm actually really looking forward to Obsession. Don't know about Backroom, but Obsession, really looking forward to. Heard nothing but good things. So maybe have to do that in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Is that the one you want to talk about, Gelfie? You want to have a little deep dive into the Obsession?
Yes.
Okay. Let's change the schedule. You guys have done it. That forces me to watch it too, so that's really good. All right.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Everyone, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week for the Hype Check Pod. Everybody have a really good week and see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.